just had to just be myself and just let everything blow over, and time heals. And now I'm in a very good place. I'm happy, and everything's working out very well.
So I told you how I found me. Tell me how you found you.
Yeah, I took a good look in the mirror and said, how much have you lost already, and how much could you have gained? Um, how my wife stuck by me, and how I have a good woman. And so I worked on that. I stayed on that, and keeping my family together, and just keeping in touch with everybody, letting everybody know how I was feeling and doing, and in turn seeing how they were feeling and doing, and try not to have them worry about me and stuff. That I was on a right path once again. Um, like you say, it's magical.
Yes, not
You got to
logical.
make your magic happen, and logical happens. But I relate to everything you tell me, Dr. Brown. I
So
always feel so much better when I walk out here,
nice.
and I think about it all day. What you tell me.
See, the thing is, that's what I'm saying. I feel the word teaches us words. The words is what separates us because what it means to me is different from what it means to you. So the minute we utter words, it's separation. I
Yeah,
feel. So that's why, like in Bible too, there is in silence and confidence is my strength,
yeah,
right? Like that's what they say. But my teacher says it in another way. He says, talk to people, but do not come into conclusion. There is like what they are saying. Do not conclude this is what it means. Just hear them because it's a
yeah,
space they are holding. That is a big shift for me, which I never knew that I was always listening with conclusions in my
yeah,
mind. Because we can only hold the world in the space of memory. See, what it is the memory of you inside me is what is my relationship with you,
mhm,
right? Like, so when I see you, I project just the way he behaved in the past. This is my relationship. Not giving you credit for all your life, what
right,
you have learned, right? So it is like almost like I am a little reflection of your life in me
mhm,
for that 5 minutes. And why am I stressing about these stupid things? It's like
yeah,
it's fascinating. So that is one thing that he gave as a very big tool which shifted me. The second thing is the whole thing in life is about bringing it to completion. Completion means you let the problem, whether find a peaceful ending in you.
mhm,
So you need to work at it, work at it, work at it
yeah,
until you graduate it,
yeah,
right? Like so you need to like not give up on it because the problem is your mastery. So it is telling you which direction you need to take. Like it's a sailing boat, let's say,
yeah,
like because you do sailboats, right? So you need to wait for the right wind to get you home.
yeah, yeah,
So that's the way I would say to you because that's
yeah,
what I am thinking you're
yeah,
relating to, but maybe you're relating to other stuff too. But I find like me, any problem I come across, like I take it as a Olympic sports. I have been given this torch, and
yeah.
my goal is to bring it to the end line.
Mhm.
Like until it
Bring it
can
to
be
the
passed
end.
on.
Yeah,
And it's all about light, changing the words into light
yeah,
because you need to go towards the light. And what is the light? That is where my confusion is because sometimes I don't know what is the right thing to do.
mhm,
And the best part, which my teacher every Sunday he does continuing education with us.
mhm,
So this Sunday he was saying that, like don't take this path of this is right, this is wrong. Just be open
yeah,
and work on it until you find it correct. And he says, like he was saying, somebody attacked him. I guess he must still be going through prosecution, religious
yeah,
prosecution. I have no idea. See, I have no idea what's going on in
yeah,
India. But one of the things he was saying was people said he dishonored them. But he said he was shown by God to dishonor somebody, you should have proven you have honored them in the past.
yeah,
He says all the duality
yeah,
undertone is you have already done it.
yep,
And he says everything boils down to jealousy. The jealousy is because they don't want to give you credit for what you went through, but they want instead to to show that you are more than them and want to repeat away.
Yep.
So I was thinking that's very interesting. That's why, like, in sobriety also, you have run like 1,000 miles, right? But people don't look at the 1,000 miles. It's the last finish line they are jealous about.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, it is fascinating how people think. So it all comes down to jealousy. I'm saying, oh my God, why didn't I even think of this before?
Yep.
But so now what I'm doing consciously is to celebrate people. So that's why when you guys leave, I'll always say I'm so proud of you, because the thing is, we don't get enough validation from the world. And I feel like, I want you to do this consciously. Everybody you meet, congratulate them or like celebrate them, because that's one another way I heard, like, women are process oriented. Like, I talk a lot, I process things, but whereas men are goal oriented.
Yeah.
So if you ask a man, where did you go? How was your conference? They'll say, oh, it was good, and that's it.
Right.
Women, whereas
Yeah.
it seems they'll say, oh, I got on this bus, it swerved and turned around, came back. That ruined my start of the trip. And so they go through, and men have ADD listening.
Yeah.
They said, and it aggravates women, and so whereas the women talk about it, aggravates men. My children say blah blah blah. So
it's funny.
one of the things to come back to is, one of the things I heard from another spiritual guy is celebrate each other's differences, because what we are always finding is all why they are different from us. But instead, we celebrate each other's uniqueness. They said we can grow further. And the other way I am learning is how far away I walked from my soul. So when I took birth, this long it took me to become wholesome again. I'm not looking for a man. I'm not looking for a child. I'm not looking for an adult. I'm looking for me having all that space inside me, the male in me, the female in me, the child in me, the adult in me, all of us living together to be wholesome and pure light of God. And I felt so wholesome when I met my teacher, and I wept. I said, how beautiful I have come to this space where I think I don't need to look any further.
Yep.
I feel it doesn't matter where I go, what I do, I'm going to be in the total space of love. And I feel that's what my teacher said. My teacher said, oneness is not about you being up, you being down, you being equal. It doesn't mean all three. Oneness is the space of you declaring or you identifying as this you.
Yep.
Whatever it is that you, whether you are in this body or outside of the body, what do you think is you is that oneness. And that is divine. And I don't know what it means to you. Tell me what would mean to you. What would you do uniquely refer to you as you, whether you are in the body or not?
I don't know. That's a hard one to say. Your body, your soul, which is your uniqueness.
No, but remember, if by chance we are not alive anymore, how do you identify you? See, that's where the oneness is.
Yeah.
If you work on it, like when you are in the yacht, think
one of
about
the
it.
big questions of life.
Yes. So I find I am totally one with Earth, because I was looking for different ways to relate. And Earth, gives birth to so many trees, plants, and stuff. So I was actually working with a priest, and he was saying he wants to patent a thing called Earth donation. He says it's never been patented before. He wants to raise money to build the temple. And he says the way he's going to build it by donating that land to him. So essentially, people are going to buy. He bought a land that's worth $300,000. He hasn't yet bought it. Each square feet, he says, is 10 square feet. It's $50 worth.
Yep.
So he says each person will donate $50, which is 10 square feet worth.
Yep.
And that's what he's taking it as alms to build the temple, which is a very, and he says this has never been done, and this was given in intuition to him.
It's a good idea. That's,
So
yeah,
so I
unique.
I
That's
actually
very
do
unique.
trademark. I have a
Yeah.
trademarking business, so that's how I trademark and stuff. Once you do it 3 or 4 times, like Wayne, like that guy who's the funny guy, Mark Twain.
Yeah.
He says the first time you copy, it's plagiarism. If you refer two people, it is like something like like cheating or something. 3 people, if you copy, it's considered research.
Yeah.
So I first time trademark,
Yeah.
second time, third time I decided to do my own business. Okay,
Yeah,
so I do
so
my own
it's
trademark. So
research,
I have
yeah.
done like so many trademarks.
Now you're in research.
So
Yeah.
so Buddha, I researched
Yeah.
and I trademarked it for him. But then I was thinking, so I gave him $50.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, you can only donate something you own, right? You cannot. So how can I donate 10 square feet when I didn't even own? So I decided in my yard, I'm gonna mow like
Yeah.
a trail around my little forest area
Yeah.
it created, like bonsai forest.
Yeah.
And I go around and I started praying to a place where I buried the orgone pyramids.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to energize it. And that's my 10 square feet. And I'm going to keep praying to energize. So anytime I donate, it is the energy of that space I'm donating.
Yes.
So it made more sense to me. And
Yeah.
I am sending this energy to the earth deep inside.
Yeah.
And in energy, the funny thing that happens is just like you doing in water.
Yeah.
You initially pray.
Yeah.
And at one point, you become one with that earth.
Yep.
The earth reflects back to you. Like remember the sky I told you?
Mm-hmm.
Sky already acknowledged my prayer,
Yeah.
right? Now the earth is going to do it. It's going to mirror. Seriously, I'm telling you, I started doing this process 2 weeks ago. I think it was like mid-May. I don't know why it even occurred to me that way, but I started doing it last month. And I've been every day before I leave work, I will bow down to the earth where I am energizing, and I'm praying. And I feel when it comes, the validation is going to be so profound because I have no doubt.
Yeah.
Because one day I was in my room, I felt God is chiseling me on the right side.
Yep.
And I could feel like when you do the tuning fork, you could feel vibration, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was not doing anything at all. And this pendant came to me. God sent it to me. And it's like almost like I was supposed to find it. This pendant came to me long ago. It's a metal pendant.
Yep.
And it's like the female. So when the cling is heard, you see, like when I like this, right?
Yeah.
When you hit a rock and it makes this noise, it's a male noise.
Mm-hmm.
So you would make male figures with that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit the front, it will be different.
Oh, yes.
Do you feel the sweetness?
Yeah.
The sweetness is female noise. So when you make that noise, it is actually female figure you need to carve on the rock. Each rock holds those vibrations. I didn't know. My teacher showed me.
Yeah.
Because you clang it with a wood, you can make these noises.
Yeah.
So I was walking in the sauna and in the urban sweat, and it really when it clanged, everybody came and said, "Your bell sounds very nice."
Yeah.
I said, "It's actually my pendant," but that's when it occurred to me. But what I'm saying is,
that's good.
I
like
am
that.
sent. So I already sent the sky energy, which I already got validation. Earth energy I'm sending. And when I get validated, I tell you. But I started my body, my right side, which is whatever it is, it felt like male, already chiseled. And I felt my left side, that reverberation of that energy I could feel. Like, it almost felt like I was inside the rock, and this side was like, sending out the vibration, expanding. Right side is saying solid, I don't know how to explain it, but that's the way
I know what you mean.
You can understand it.
Oh, yes.
But I feel so wholesome. I think that's what my teacher gave as a gift. And the love I have for him has no comparison to any human being I have ever felt. That's when I actually was in his presence, I shed tears. He didn't look at me. I was lying down on the floor. And I said, how many millions of years I earned for this love?
Yeah.
And I wept in front of him. And it felt so healing. That's why, like, when people say, why are you following him and stuff? And I said, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Because that love, you cannot even compare. It's not the love I have for my husband. It's not the love I have for my kids. It's not the love I have for God, environment. It's that unique piece in me he allowed me to gain back. And that is a gift nobody else gave me.
Yep.
Nobody else is capable of
it.
And I never even knew I was missing it. That's the best part. Like, like I felt all this time I was searching. I thought I was searching for somebody outside. I never was searching for somebody outside. It's inside me.
Yep.
And that is the most
Precious.
sweetest thing I have ever. Yeah.
Very precious.
It's sweeter than a fruit. That nectar, that bliss. And that's what I arrived at. I hope it helps you in some way. I recorded the session, but like, I feel that's the beauty of spirituality. And that only few people can teach us.
Yes.
And it's something you need to realize.
It's hard to explain to somebody
Yes.
what you're just doing right now, but I'm telling you, I
You
understand
get
it, listening and take it all in and process it. I'll be processing it all day today.
I actually wanted to send this to my stepdaughter. That's why I recorded, because I love her very much. This is specifically, her name is Katie.
Yep.
She's really sweet, and I connect with her at some level, at a very deep level in her soul.
Yep.
It almost feels like there is a piece of me in her. And I feel that's the space I want to fill her in. And sometimes it's hard to talk to people because they're all running around doing their own stuff. And they cannot hear what I'm saying in a way that would be peaceful. But I want to give this session we did together as a gift, because when you are listening, indirectly it's going to help millions of others too, because I'm putting it on YouTube. And it'll be on my channel called healnow.tv if you want to watch it. Heal Now is a command word. So when you go into the internet and you type in heal, HEALNOW.tv, whatever you're looking for is heal delivery. Heal Now, it's a command. So I wear my t-shirt, like I said, with my logo. So the channel will have this logo. It's like playing Chinese checker. Every side is the marbles. So the only way to win in this world is shift to people's thinking. And don't ever run after any positions of importance, because let the position run after you. They say once you find the wholesome in you, people will chase you to find how you found that. But whereas shifting the thinking is the only thing you need to do to get people to the next level. Because when they shift the thinking, you're not only altering them, you're altering 7 generations. The way it is said is 3 generations above, your father, grandfather, great-grandfather. 3 generations below, your child, your grandchild, your great-grandchild. And then on the sides, that is 7. But through you, your sibling indirectly are getting influenced. Even though, like, you are not even paying attention to it, whether you have brothers, sisters, they are automatically released. But if in case you are a saint, they said, go down, instead it will be you, your siblings, and your 3 generations above. So that's how you get married to 7 generations. You release a 9 generation. Curse is also 7 generations. So I didn't realize this importance. And that's why 7 chakras, and each chakra has 7 depths. So 7 times 7 is 49. So 49 depths we need to elevate spiritually to come at that point where, that's why 51 is a very significant number, because 49 is still you are not mature, 50 is the cutoff point, 51 is you have achieved anything you wanted in the life. And if you achieve wholesomeness by 51, you are given eternal life. But if in case you have not, you're pulled back. So that's why critical age for heart attacks and stuff is 51 to 55. So that's why random events happen, major catastrophe, because God wants to redirect us in India. In India, that's what they say. There is a critical age between 51 and 54. So that's why I feel there's no business being depressed. We have no business being depressed, because what we are saying is, I'm not enough. But the whole point is, I am enough. Cannot be violated. and I'm pure bliss inside. If you understand these three truths, not come at conclusion, and do whatever challenge to bring it to completion, that's it. You're released for life. I'm so grateful you spent some time with me and
Oh,
talked to me.
I'm grateful for you told me. It's like I say, I always feel better out there, but giving me some good enlightenment. I'm gonna definitely be thinking about it today.
You know, actually, that's another thing. When I went there, my teacher said everybody is going to be enlightened who are in this program. Like 2016, we went. So I was asking them, what is enlightenment? And he said it in another way. I mean, enlightenment, he says it's like understanding your pure light inside. That's all.
Yeah.
Enlightenment is about finding the oneness in you. And I couldn't understand exactly what he meant. And finally, he released last week. Oneness is whether you are in body or not. What do you identify as you is oneness? Because he says you are made of the same fabric of cosmic consciousness. Consciousness cannot be explained. He says consciousness is not like something like you can hold, you can feel. It's something you're uniquely expressing in you. So enlightenment is able to not anything distract you from expressing you or expressing me.
Yep.
But I have no idea how to explain it. This is what where he came.
Yep.
He says, be open and always have open communication with me. So you don't take me for granted. And he says, never feel tired or bored in life. Then you would have achieved enlightenment. So sometimes I do find people boring. Sometimes it's tiring. And I say, you know what? I have to hold that space for them. So I need to be in that space where I can listen. You're a good listener, you know.
Well, no,
You
I'm
are-
taking it in. I'm here for help, so I'm taking it in. You know,
That's so
I'm
amazing
very
to
helpful. You know, and I take it in, and it makes my life better. And
see. Nice.
I try to share it. You know, especially with my wife.
Very
You
nice.
know, in my
How does
own-
she find it? Is it easy for her to grasp or
No, I have to kind of say it in her way, so she can take it in. You know, so she can
dilute it?
get the knowledge. So
Yeah,
she's a very
so
strong woman, so it's hard for me.
that's one thing I'm also learning because what my husband says is when I say it, it sounds like I'm commanding him.
Right.
And I haven't
can't do
understood. So I even told him, teach me how to talk to you, you know.
Mhm. Yep.
But it's so hard to.
That's me and my wife and I. You know, it's,
Yeah. So I told him, like, tell me how do I say to you so that you would know that this is what I'm sharing. And he
Right.
doesn't take it as sharing. But that's not my problem. Like I said, you know, inside I have decided it's not me. It's like, you know, what he is hearing is a piece of him that is annoyed at the way I'm sharing. And I have to figure out what exactly is it, my tone, is it my words? But again, it's not my problem. But,
No.
but I am
No.
there because I cannot go with conflicts either. I need to
Right.
work through that. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. I think the whole world is interesting, and I'm in a very good place. Seriously, like, you know.
Yes, I can see you are.
I feel
I'm not quite there, but I'm a lot better than I was years ago. You know.
Yeah, and I whatever I was running, I found it. I am one, and actually, my teacher showed me, like, you know, I keep on bringing his name only because through his face I learned this. I was shown, actually, the teacher who showed me that is a different teacher. He said, I asked him, what do I need to work with this year? He said, work with water. So I went and bought like sacred water in the store, and that's when I found this pendant. And so I started wearing it. Initially, I thought I'll put it in my shrine, but for some reason, I felt the calling was so intense, I couldn't. I wanted to wear it. So the sacred water, when I held it, I started drinking every day. One day, suddenly, I felt my whole body felt like water, and it joined the sacred waters. So I felt afterwards that I am nothing. So if I have to take my identity, I'm just a piece of water. Where would I hold it? The vessel which holds me, right? Like, so I feel I lost my identity in some way, but I also found myself in another way. So that's what I was saying about the light reflecting, light going up that we spoke about last week. It's very interesting. Anyway, they rang the bell, which means it's a hint to somebody else is waiting. I loved spending time with you.